Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is D-Free. Here today, we'll be talking about the upcoming Gogeta and Janemba. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you're ready for more content, as well as that notification so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. Just go ahead and click it. Just do it. Just do it. Anyways, that being said, the first thing I want to kind of talk about is late-ish last night anyway, the official Dragon Ball Legends Twitter accounts did go ahead and tweet out this video that we're going to watch, and it does show Gogeta, Janemba, and potentially a new Pikkon, right? Who knows, right? We'll see what happens. But I want to kind of immediately start the video by hitting the subject of, oh, they're just a revamp. If you've been on Twitter or whatever last night or whatever, people are saying that they're just going to be revamps for the pre-existing characters that came out over a year ago. Because of this, right? Implement new special and special moves for Gogeta and Super Janemba. People are thinking that because Google Translate says that, we're getting these characters to be revamped and redone and stuff like that. And even if you read a little bit further, they talk about how Gogeta is a blast unit, and then also Super Janemba strong versus movies characters. And I don't know, man, unless it's the first time ever, traditionally if we're getting a buff or even like a Zenkai, for example, like they just announced Booz recently, they'll say, hey, these characters are getting buffed, traditionally. As far as I can remember, this could be the first time, man. First time ever. So I'm not going to completely eliminate that. But I mean, odds are that it's not going to be any sort of revamp. These are brand new characters. Gogeta's high blast damage gets buffed further in the mid game and when an ally is downed as well. The pre-existing Gogeta is a melee character who does not function that way at all. So that being said, we move back to Gogeta. Janemba. Janemba. Janemba is strong versus Sagas from the movies. It can combo his special skill into his special move. Yeah. Okay, so also I did a video on Gogeta last night. I promise you it was a coincidence. People are like, oh, you know stuff, huh? I'll just tell you that even if I did know stuff, I couldn't say. Because I hear, at least I probably couldn't say. I hear that these companies probably like NDAs. That's what I'll say. Anyways, that being said, it was a huge coincidence, actually. But one thing I talked about is, hey, you can't actually really combo into Gogeta's green card at all in that video, and I proved it. But Janemba's, you could, so I'm pretty sure you could. We'll be able to pull that up here in a moment. So anyways, yeah, let's go and watch the video. Yeah, it was able to go into strike arts and blast arts and special moves, yeah. Let's go and watch the video here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how these characters will impact the game, my potential ideas for the typings for them, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's go and watch it. Again, could be a new Pikkon. Who knows? I would like that very much. And also, we'll talk about what banner I think this is, because another hot topic is, oh, what kind of banner is this? Is this a Legends Rising? Anyway.
I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am the one who will defeat you. I will destroy you.
That blast armor, though. I saw that. And they gave him the Kamehameha special move, and they got the windscreen from how he was afterward. Unless I'm remembering incorrectly, Gogeta didn't do any Kamehameha in the movie. Huh? He just showed up, did the Stardust, and then just left. Right? He did the face, and then that was over. So that's pretty cool. The media cannot be played. Yeah, right, liar. So first and foremost, completely new stuff. Right? That looks like that's his green, and it goes right into his special move. His special move is also a dash forward attack as well, so it's nice to see. Pikkon is defeated, and yeah, so Gogeta's going to get, obviously, the bonuses for an ally being defeated and stuff. So, how does this Gogeta look here? What is this? That's a special move? That's not a special move. That's a green card, I think. Yeah, that's a green card that he can combo into taps, it looks like, or into regular arts, excuse me, not taps. His green card apparently has blast armor on it. I would call that a special move if it turned into anything other than, this is a regular strike cards. He just goes into this, right? I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a green card. It's just not a counter like the old one. Yeah, that's a green card. And then he goes into a strike card. And then he goes into a special move. He seemingly doesn't have access. This is a special move, not an ultimate. He seemingly does not have access to an ultimate as well, like the other one does. So there's that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's green and special move. That's for both characters, in fact. I could be wrong, obviously, but that's what it looks like. So, banner, I think it'll be. First thing I want to mention is normally, if you've been around for a while, normally, okay, we get our next Ultra Space Time Summon banner 2 weeks, basically, before the pre-existing one ends. They always overlap for about a week, week and a half-ish, right? Meaning, oh, when 18 popped up right here, 17 was still there. When 17 popped up, 16 was still there. Because of this big update, and also, by the way, normally the V-Jump scans from the V-Jump, which, speaking of which, we should maybe get V-Jump soonish again, huh? I guess this time around, maybe it'll be Gogeta Janemba. Last time around, it was the SS4 stuff. Because of the big update, they went out of their way to market everything as much as they could for the big update. That's why they dropped these SS4s in the first place. They want to drop hype characters because of that, and they're probably trying to follow that up with another very hype character in Gogeta, who's always been known as one of a fan favorite characters. So again, I would say this is the best bet because this banner leaves on the 13th. Literally, this banner leaves very soon. So I'd say it's the best bet, unless it's going to be one of the first times in a almost 20 Ultra Space Time Summon history that we don't have an Ultra Space Time up for a while, or unless they're going to drop 2 banners at the same time, right? It's very likely, this is the most likely outcome, that it's Ultra Space Time number 19. It doesn't matter that it's Gogeta and he's hype. I don't really care if he's quote-unquote too hype for the Ultra Space Time. It's just the most likely outcome, right? And again, to kind of further what I was talking about, this one came out on the 5th of November, number 17. Also, number 18 came out when? The 3rd of December. So there's going to be overlap there because this one ended on the 15th of December. They always overlap. That did not happen this time because of the Goku everyday type stuff and also the SS4 type stuff. So it just kind of delayed everything. And normally we see the upcoming V-Jump, the Ultra Space Time. Can't talk, I just woke up. Upcoming Ultra Space Time in the V-Jump. Anyways, so yeah, it could be Legends Rising, it could be whatever. But that's a couple of things. I wanted to spend a little bit of time doing a little bit of Mythbusters because this is what people are talking about. Revamped characters and like Legends Risings or non-Ultra Space Time, whatever. I wanted to talk about that. So, what are the 2 teams getting the biggest upgrades as courtesy of this? Regen and Fusion Warrior. Let's start off by talking about Regen. Regen, they're picking up a character who is going to have access to buffing his overall damage, doing bonus damage to the Movies tag. Movies is probably the most oppressive team in the game right now just because of the way that they work, their cover changes, Gohan's ability to green card, and also like his ability to transform and insta-kill anything pretty much. You know, so if Janemba winds up being a red unit, for example, that would be very good. But what does Regen really need typing-wise? Honestly, Regen's been filled out pretty well. I really like their blue. I like their green. I like their yellow. And other than that, I like purple, EX Nail. It's still funny that, you know, their best purple, in my opinion, is an EX character by far, by the way. Sorry, Super Boo. But anyways, they're also going to be getting access to a Zenkai bonus for Good Boo, which will only make this guy better if he does wind up buffing green regen as well, too. So you could pick your poison between those two. Kid Boo, I like Kid Boo a lot, but I wouldn't mind if we dropped another red. I'm just going to say it. I wouldn't mind at all. We just got another EX red Super Boo. I don't really care about that. Yeah, that's how I feel about this team. It could be a couple of other colors, though. That would be fine. As long as it's not blue. It could be another purple. Like I said, I think Nail is holding that down pretty well, but I wouldn't mind that. Also, their yellow is really old. Cell's really old, but he's still really good, so I don't mind that either. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's talk about Fusion Warrior. Fusion Warrior has an immediate need for a green unit. I am begging the next Gogeta to be green, especially because the old one is red, and they might buff the old one eventually, and then you have this really cool triangle going on. To be fair, though, base Vegito probably still just will always be your main red fighter anyway, just because he's so good. In terms of what he brings to the table. But anyways, yeah, we have an immediate need for green. The only ones are Super 17 and Gotenks. Super 17 works, I'd say, but I'd rather, especially if you run the 13 on there, like there's the variation of fusions where you run this entire top row right here pretty much, and you're fine with that, right? You have complete color coverage and everything like that. But honestly, I'd personally rather have a green unit that does buff the rest of this team, personally. We do have Gotenks who does that, but I mean, let's be honest, Gotenks is not good enough. So, that being said, immediate need is green. Also, speaking of Gotenks not being good enough, yellow Gotenks here, he's pretty old now, I would say. In a similar boat to Super Boo, where he could easily get usurped as the best yellow for this grouping if another one comes out, right? Just because of the fact that his main shtick anyway was fainting, and the way that they manipulated that, 4 or 5 months ago, or whatever it was, just kind of hampered his usability. He's still decent, I'd say, but he doesn't output enough damage to really be super relevant on this team anyway. So yeah, a yellow unit wouldn't be bad either. I think the other colors are all pretty much covered, especially because purple has the best unit here. They got a really good blue, they got a really good red, and that's normally the trio for this team anyway, right? So let's look at some other teams that are going to get bonuses as well as part of this. The next big one that's going to get a bonus is going to be Sagas from the Movies. The Sagas from the Movies mirror match is going to be really interesting. It's going to mirror a little bit of the God Key mirror. And what I mean by that is if you have SS Blue LF Vegeta, who does bonus damage to God Key, well then all of a sudden in that mirror match, he becomes pretty much the best unit there, right? Even if you debated he was or wasn't, he definitively is, right? And I'd say he definitely was, unless you have Zenkai 7 Beerus, which is a whole other thing. So yeah. Yeah, like the same type of deal here is going to happen between movies if they're running Janemba, right? Janemba may not buff movies overall, but he still is going to get access to the tag buffs as well from the other characters, making him a viable character for this team. What colors would I like to see? Again, I wouldn't mind if he was a red character for this team either, even though we just got Tapion. Literally, I still wouldn't mind it that much at all. I feel like this team just needs more options in general. And you know what? More evidence that this is probably going to be in Ultra Space Time is that Ultra Space Time is where they buff this tag. For whatever reason, all these characters are majority Ultra Space Time units. Literally, all of them. So they go out of their way to buff this tag through Ultra Space Time majority of the time. So, yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that for this grouping. Also, I wouldn't mind a blue character coming in either. But they have Transforming Vegeta, they have Zenkai Broly, Zangief's still really good. This team doesn't really need too much, in my opinion. They can use another green, I guess, if you want a more early damage-dealing character, right? This Goku may get usurped as the green here in that option, in that sequence, right? But yeah, they don't really need too much, in my opinion. But they're going to still pick up 2 characters anyway, because, again, Gogeta will be put here too. So if he's green, he might wind up being the best character here. Now, I don't want to discredit the fact that they could do what Dokkan did and just completely inverse these character typings and make, for example, this guy purple and Janemba red. I want to put that out there as a possibility. Highly unlikely, though. So yeah, let me know what you guys think overall. That's pretty much it. I mean, like, other groupings are going to get better. Like, Super Saiyan is going to get better, obviously. The Otherworld Warrior tag will maybe eventually become something. Who knows, right? So it's just like other groupings are going to get better as a result of this. The Saiyan team. It just kind of comes down to what Z abilities these characters have. Like, if Gogeta comes out and he buffs Fusion Warrior and Saiyan, well, now we're talking, man, because he'll fit on this team so much better, right? If Janemba comes out, he buffs movies and regen, that's even better, right? But I'd imagine their base groupings would just be regen and also Fusion Warrior. So anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch all of you in the next one. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and a notification so you guys can catch every video that we do upload here on the channel on time. Have an awesome day.